God to the College of Bishops, to the College of Pastors, and to all the ministers. And thank God for being here. Life, health, and strength. I'm here today to introduce a young man that I've been knowing for a good while. Yeah, I became the senior presiding bishop, but he's still my bishop.
Come on.
He's still my bishop. And when someone said, who is your bishop? He might be the emeritus, he might be the trainer, he might be this, but he's still my bishop. And it does not matter. I was talking to the Spirit this morning, and then I'm going to introduce him. And I found out something. If you're second in command, you can't have a jealous heart.
Right.
You know what that means? You cannot have a jealous heart. If you got a jealous heart, you cannot be the second person in command. Because you're going to always try to connive, trying to find a way to tear down the top person, and you will never get where you want to go. I never desired really to become the presiding bishop of United Metropolitan. I was satisfied right where I was. Because there's a lot of things that you have to go through. I was taking care of everything else anyway. I was every problem they had, and it's gonna be kind of hard, Pastor Pre-John, when somebody else is gonna try to handle some problems and they don't want to go to that person to handle that problem. And I'm gonna say, hey, well, he's second in command, so he got to handle that problem. I like to present to some and introduce to others. I call him the Sheik. He came in with his Arabian outfit on, came in with his everything on it, and I you know, it is something that he always comes with something new. He don't want nobody to discover with him. It's something he's gonna put on, gonna make it unusual for him.
That's true.
And I just like to present, as you all stand, to present to some and introduce us the Archbishop, the Emeritus of the United Metropolitan Spiritual Churches of Christ. That's none other than Jakie L. Robin. And said, God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. Have you seat. I'll give you. Actually, I'm representing Abraham's other son. Other son. I'm going to go and talk about this. It's all right if I talk to you, right? If I holler at you later. Can I talk to you today? I represent Abraham's other son.
Okay.
You do know he had two.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Right. Amen.
Amen. And we kind of shy away from the other son.
Right.
Amen. He had Ishmael. And he had Isaac.
Right.
Ishmael, the father or the progenitor of the Hebrew or the Jewish nation.
Right.
And Isaac, the father of the Arab nation. So the big deal that's going on in the Middle East is a family feud.
Amen. Amen.
One brother fighting against another brother.
Right.
And it ain't stopped yet.
Right.
Well,
I said, well then, why you represent them? You look like, I had Pastor Mitchell get a picture of him with my...
That's all right, Bishop.
She said, you look like a terrorist. That's the look. That's the look. Because sometimes you need to be a terror. Y'all don't like me.
But we love you.
To the enemy.
Okay.
Sometimes you need to be a terror to yourself. But at any rate, I have to talk about that later, but at any rate, what we seem to forget is that Ishmael was Abraham's son.
Yes.
What did I say?
Abraham's son.
And God promised Abraham,
Right.
I'll bless your seed.
Yeah.
It was included.
Did y'all hear me?
Yes.
God promised Abraham, I'll bless your seed. The Jews got their share, and the Arabs got their share, because they are the recipients of the promise of God.
Right.
I'm going to leave that alone till later. But look at somebody and tell them, I might be a mess, but God blesses the mess.
Come on, watch it. All right.
I'm 68 years. Listen, could you give a round of applause for 68 years? One church, one name, surviving. Amen.
Surviving.
Amen. Surviving. For 68 years. She's been here since what, 60?
About 66.
Amen. In this spot.
And this right here.
Holding it down.
Holding it down.
No matter what come
Come on.
or what go.
Right.
Holding it down.
Holding it down.
Goodness, I could get happy and holler on that one, huh?
Yes.
Amen. You got to handle that one later. Holding it down.
Yeah, that's
I'd like to talk about, and this is for you because I'm sure, and you, that there have been some situations in your life where you had major plans. And when it looked like you were almost there,
Yeah.
you had a setback. Anybody in here ever had a setback? It was all worked out.
All worked out.
All getting ready to happen. And suddenly, there was a setback. You had good dreams and high hopes. And yet, there was a setback. And sometimes the setback will appear that it's all over. There's an interesting story in 2 Samuel about a man, you know him when I tell you about him. Saul was king. The people wanted a king.
Yes, they did.
And God said, you don't need no king. And they said, but we want one. And God said, I'm your king. They said, you ain't good enough. God said, haven't I taken care of you? They said, yeah, but we want to be like everybody else. And everybody else got a king, so we want a king. I could stop right there, but I know ain't nobody up in here. You wanted what you wanted. God said, no. You said, but I want it. It ain't good for you. I still want it. It's going to do you wrong. I don't care. I want it. God said, I'll supply all your needs. I don't need that. I want that. And because he is God, and because we are made in his image and in his likeness, he is obligated to grant our request.
Yes.
Ain't that nothing? He gave us free will.
Yes.
Huh? If he say no, and we say yes, and he said no, and we say yes, he say, okay. I'll see you when you get back. Saul becomes king. Saul does as most kings do. He does good at first. Is there so much stuff that I could just stop on? Because I know you got some kings in your life, fellas. You may have some queens in your life, and when they become your king and become your queen, it's all good.
Right.
At first. Yes.
At first.
Yes.
But then further on down the road,
Yes.
the king started acting up. The king acts up so much until he works God's nerves. Look at somebody tell me it's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
To work God's nerves. He works God's nerves so much until God throws up his hands and says, all right, I quit. It's in your book. The prophet goes and prays for Saul. And God said, I don't know what you come to me for Saul for. I have rejected him. He rejected me. I rejected him. I've already, oh my goodness, I've already anointed. I've already chosen. I've already picked his replacement.
All right.
Anything God takes out of your life, he has already assigned and a placement in his place. Don't you sit there worrying and crying and having a nervous breakdown because God moved it. He has already prepared.
It's already done.
He says, go down to Jesse's house.
Yes.
I've anointed a guy, I got a king down there, I need you to anoint it.
Right.
Even though Samuel is the prophet,
Right.
Samuel ain't no fool.
Right.
That's for all my readers in the house. Sometimes reading everything without caution ain't a good thing, but anyway. Well, I have to speak what comes up, comes out. You need to shut up sometime. And then what comes up, go back down. But anyway. Samuel ain't no fool. Samuel said, now listen, God, I know you God and everything. But listen, if Saul find out I'm at Jesse's house anointing somebody else to be king while he's king, he gonna kill me. And God said, don't worry. Go down there as if you're going to offer a sacrifice. And invite Jesse to the sacrifice. Y'all know the story, huh? Look at somebody tell them, say, God got a strategy to get you out of the mess that you get in. All right, let me rush down. This is a long story. So what happens is, you know the story. He goes down there. Jesse brings all of his sons. He leaves David. He picks them all. He tries to anoint them all, and nothing happens. That's how come you are where you are, because they didn't think you would be the one. They didn't think you were the king. Right. They thought it should have been your sister. It should have been somebody else on the job. It should have been your neighbor next door. You ain't the one they thought would be in the position you're in. But guess what? While they were looking at one part, man was looking at the outward appearance. How many of you are somewhere you never thought you'd be yourself? You thought it would be somebody else. David becomes king. David is enjoying being king. But David is sitting comfortably in the palace. All little hang-ups and whatnot are over with. David is enjoying being in the palace, and one day he's in the palace and he's looking out of the window and he hears the song. I know it wasn't made yet, but it said, I stumbled across this photograph. Took me way back. Back down memory lane. David goes back down memory lane and he thinks about his friend Jonathan. Jonathan was his buddy. He thinks about Jonathan. He thinks about his relationship. He thinks about his association with Jonathan. And then he remembers the promise that he makes to Jonathan. Jonathan said, I'm not going to be king. You're going to be king. But if I have a son, remember my son. If I have a daughter, remember my daughter. Now David is king and he remembers. So he says, is there any yet of the house of Saul that I may show kindness to him for Jonathan's sake? Sometimes the only reason folk is nice to you is because of the sake of somebody else. Now I got to throw some mess up in there. Sometimes folk want to get close to you because of your connection to somebody else so they can get to sit with you anyway. And Saul's servant, whose name was Ziba, says Jonathan has a son in the house of Meshach in Lodebar.
Yes.
He's lame on his feet. And David sends him to go get him.
That's the word.
Now, you got to think, this son is Mephibosheth. He has an interesting story because, remember, he was the king's grandson.
Right.
He was Jonathan's son.
Right.
He was raised in the palace.
Right.
He was expecting. He was in line to be the king. But when the king was dead and his father was dead, the custom was when the king died, you kill all his family so that nobody will have claim to the throne.
That's right.
So you can imagine how he must have felt when they came running into the palace and saying the king is dead. And the nurse grabs him up because she knows if they get him, they're going to kill him. I'm going somewhere.
Right.
Snatches him up and begins to run with him. And in her haste, she stumbles him. The history says he's about 5 years old. She drops him. She stumbles and drops him.
on.
She picks him up and runs further, not realizing that his back is broken and he cannot walk. 5 years, I did say 5 years old, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now what you have to understand is he's no longer 5 now. He's almost 30. And the king is sending for him. Can you imagine that the agony in his heart when he sees Ziba and Ziba says the king wants to see you?
My God.
He knows the root. He's been hiding. And not only has he been hiding, he's been miserable. Now you got to, I also feel sorry for Meshach, the son of Amiel, because he was in his house.
Right. Yes.
It's okay to take care of a 5-year-old.
But a 30-year-old.
And feed a 5-year-old. And change a 5-year-old.
Right. 30-year-old.
But he's a grown man now.
Yeah. Come on. Mama.
He said the king wants to see you. I feel sorry for him because they didn't have limos and ambulances back then.
Right.
So I can picture them picking him up and throwing him in a wagon and riding down the bumpy road. Y'all know the story. He gets to the king's palace and he says, what do you want to be bothered with a dog like me for? And the king says to him, I'm going to restore everything that belonged to your father. The one thing here I forgot to say, I did say Ziba was Saul's servant, right?
Yes.
Ziba had servants. Now, wait. All of this time, while he's growing up, Ziba is in charge of all Saul's stuff. What did I say?
Ziba was in charge of all the Saul's stuff.
Ziba, the servant, had servants.
Okay.
Living like a king. Because there was no inheritor. Huh? And all of a sudden the king says, go, is there any yet of the house of Saul? Now Ziba is thinking, oh, that's good. Because he's going to bring him down here and he's going to kill him and then it'll all be mine. So Ziba hurries up and runs to tell him where he is. You got folk that are waiting to get what you got. You got folk that can't wait for something to happen. They're wishing you well, but they ain't really wishing you well. They're wishing you hurry up and get out of the way.
All right.
Now Ziba becomes Mephibosheth, servant. Tell somebody the party ain't over yet. He's doing well. He's doing good. He's doing fine. Mephibosheth is eating at the king's table. He's doing fine. Now there's a mess going on in the king's family, and David has to leave. Ziba gets ready to take David supplies. He tells Mephibosheth, I'm going and prepare a wagon for you. Wait here till I get back.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Y'all see Ziba sitting on the curb.
Wait.
No wagon shows up. So when Ziba gets to David, David says, where's Mephibosheth? He said, oh, he didn't want to come. Do you know you have folk that's in your corner that will lie on you? Just so folk will notice them?
Yes.
The bottom line to this story is, David comes back, he begins to chastise Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth tells him what goes on. Of course, Ziba denies it. And David said, you know what? I ain't got time for this foolishness. Y'all work that out. Now, with them working it out, what you have to understand is Mephibosheth is still the owner of the property. Ziba is still, but it ends by saying, and Ziba continued, not Mephibosheth continued to eat bread at the king's table. After all he went through, he continued to eat bread at the king's table. What are you saying, Bishop Roberts? I'm trying to let you know that the parents and grandparents getting killed was a setback.
Yes. Right.
The nurse running and dropping him was a setback. Him having to live in the house of Meshach, the son of Amiel, was a setback. Ziba lying on him and getting him in trouble was a setback.
Right.
But anytime there is a setback in your life, God always has a comeback. So he has a comeback by always eating at the king's country, Walt Disney was fired. Walt Disney was turned down because they said he had no imagination. I'm talking about the one that started Disney World. Jakie was turned down, was number one, a single divorcee on welfare, struggling. Was turned down and said she had no talent. That's the woman that wrote the Harry Potter books. Say Setback. I ain't got to tell you all about Oprah. They fired her. Huh? They said she didn't have no talent. You know Oprah, huh? Setback. A fellow named Sidney Poitier was told, why don't you stop wasting people's time? You'll never be an actor. Go be a dishwasher or something. Setback. But in the midst of all of the setbacks, the Beatles were canceled by their record company. Yes. Because nobody wanted to hear what they were singing.
That's right.
Say Setback.
Setback.
I know this is a religious service, huh? And since this is a religious service, what happens? If you look at Abraham, I talked about his mess earlier, huh? Yeah. Abraham has a setback. In that what? He jumps the gun, what God has said do. He jumps the gun and decided, maybe I need to work this out for myself. But what happens is, the setback, then he still ends up having Isaac, a comeback. I probably could talk about Jacob that stole his brother's birthright and his brother was looking for him to kill him. I probably could talk about Jacob whose father-in-law got mad with him because he tricked him. I could probably talk about Jacob and all of these things in Jacob's life was a setback, but one night with his head on a rock, wrestling with an angel, Jacob makes a comeback. So his name is no longer Jacob, it's now Israel. I probably could talk about Joseph, huh? I probably could talk about how jealous his brothers was, setback. I probably could talk about how they put him in the pit, setback. I probably could talk about how they sold him to Potiphar, comeback. I probably could talk about how Potiphar made him the head of the house, comeback. But then I have to tell you about how Potiphar lied and had him put in jail for attempted rape, setback. I probably could tell you how the folk that said they would remember him took 2 years before they remembered him, setback. But then I have to tell you, one day Joseph is riding in the chariot next to Pharaoh. Somebody ought to say, come back. I probably could tell you about Esther. I probably could tell you she was an orphan. I probably could tell you she was in a strange land. I probably could tell you her dad, her uncle put her in a beauty contest. I could probably tell you folks plotted to kill her. All of these were setbacks. But on the day Esther decided, if I perish, I perish, Esther had a comeback. I probably could tell you about Elijah. You do know Elijah, don't you? I probably could tell you how he predicted rain. And be careful, prophets, because what you predict to other folk. Elijah is one of my favorite prophets, but Elijah said it ain't gonna rain. And God said, all right, it ain't gonna rain. But what you are forgetting is, if it don't rain, you're gonna be in the drought too. Look at somebody and say, setback. I know you Bible folk won't tell you but he had a comeback because the raven fed him every day. Then I have to tell you, but one day the raven didn't show up. Setback. Jezebel wanted to kill him. Setback. But I hear Elijah say, if God be God, the God I serve will answer by fire. Come back. I'm about done, but I can't be done unless I tell you about David. You know David, right? Yeah. David becomes a king. It looks like a comeback. But David, he's a pretty girl. David in the news. Setback. David gets a pretty girl pregnant. Setback. A pretty married girl. Setback. David sins with a husband, but the husband is loyal to the king, so he won't go in and setback. David has Uriah killed. Setback. God pronounces judgment on David. Setback. The kid dies. Setback. Has another son named Solomon. It looks like a comeback. But then he got another son named Absalom that did him like he did Uriah and went with his woman. Setback. David killed Goliath. It looks like a comeback, but then the man he killed Goliath for, Saul, is now seeking to kill him. Setback. But then I heard David say unto thee, and thee only have a sin. Give me another chance. And then David is now the apple of God's eye. Come back. I probably need to close now, but I can't close unless I tell you about y'all do know Jesus, don't you? I know you're trying to remember Jesus said that here. First of all, he had to leave glory. He was already at the right hand of the Father. But he had to leave glory and come down to a world. John said he came to his own, and his own received him not. That's that. He's been around doing good. He's been around helping folk. But the folk he was trying to help didn't want to be bothered with it. That's that. He picked 12 disciples. One of them would deny him. One of them would betray him. And one of them would doubt him. Setback. Then I had to do like the preacher do. You know how to do. They said, well, that didn't look good enough. It looked like he was about to make a comeback, but almost making a comeback. He went in the garden and prayed and said, God, if it's possible, get rid of the setbacks. And God didn't hear him, Mason. He said, Father, do you hear me? I'm trying to talk to you. If it's possible, take this cup. Y'all ain't never been there, huh? But there have been 1 or 2 times I've been where Jesus was. I've been on my knees praying. I might not have been sweating blood, but I was sweating bullets, I felt like. Because of a major setback in my life. And God gave me no answer. So finally I had to give up like Jesus and said, not my will, but your will be done. And in the midst of it, the soldiers come and get him. And when they come and get him, you know what happened? They carried him. And what did the writer do? He said, they whipped him. Now, I need to know, that's got to be a setback because they whipped him with a cat of 9 tails. That means there's a pole and there are 9 leather straps on it. And embedded in the straps, there are bits of steel and iron. Amen. Which means that every time they hit him, it ripped his back. I know that's a setback. And since the judgment was 40 stripes, they gave him 40 save 1, which meant 39 times. They hit him on his back and drew skin. I'm not trying to do the math for you, but let me see. 40, I said 39, right? Yeah. 3 and 9 is what? 12. 3 and 9 is 12. Well, that's a holy number. 12, that's, what's that? 1 plus 2? That's 3. Yeah. Oh, that's the number he needed, isn't it? Because that's the number the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That's where I don't know. What happened every time they hit it? Right. And a wound opened up in his back. Isaiah had already saw it coming. Isaiah said he was wounded for my transgression. Wait a minute. I had to find out what a transgression was. A transgression was sin. I know y'all got that. If a transgression was sin, he was wounded for my life. He was wounded for my voice. He was wounded for my stealing. He was wounded for my hate. He was wounded for my jealousy. He was wounded for my... And the chastisement. How many of y'all know what chastisement is? The chastisement is punishment for when you've done wrong. The chastisement that I should have done, or that I should have gotten, the chastisement of my peace was upon him. What was he saying? I should have been caught when I was doing wrong. I should have been chastised, but it was on his back. I should have been found out. My life should have been a scandal. It should have been what? And with the stripes. Huh?
Well,
with the stripes. With the stripes. Cancer dried up. With the stripes. Tumors dissolved. With the stripes. Sugar was regulated. With the stripes. Blood pressure went down. With the stripes. We were healed.
Yeah.
and his feet. Setback. They took a spear and surgically entered between the lung that it could pierce the heart. And in piercing the heart, water and blood comes out. Setback.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
He's dying. Setback. But the thief is dying. Setback for him. Jesus stops dying on the cross, Rudy, and opens up a travel agency and makes travel arrangements for a dying thief on the cross. He said, oh, let me book your flight with me. This day, you be with me in paradise. The thief said, come back.